Welcome. My name is Cassie. I hope you're having a good day or had a good day wherever you may be in this world. Today I'm continuing my one palette tutorial series. However, I am using glitter from not another palette but just another product. But I do give you an option of if you don't have that glitter, you can use a specific shade in the palette to kind of go together. The palette that I'm using today is the Morphe 35I Icy Fantasy, and it's such a beautiful palette. I do have my thoughts. This is what the palette looks like. I was very excited because this is the one palette that Morphe did not include their 3 rows of the same brown shades that they include in every single palette, which is extremely annoying. I just think it's a beautiful palette and I want to play more with it. You will see my frustration throughout the video. I don't want to give away too much, but you'll definitely see my frustration. The packaging is absolutely gorgeous. The box matches the palette. This is what the box looks like. So it matches the palette from inside out. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. I love the colors, but as far as the formula and all of that, you will see throughout the video how I feel, and I also give you my thoughts down at the end. So please make sure that you are subscribed to this channel because it is free and we all love free things. It's not going to hurt you to hit that subscribe button, and I will have a giveaway coming next week, so you want to be subscribed for that. And also I upload every week, twice a week, once on Wednesdays and once on Sundays. So yeah, we'll get right into the makeup tutorial.
Baby girl, you got it, girl, you got it, girl.
You know what they say, third time's a charm, right? Because my third time filming this video. Alright, so disclaimer, this is a one palette tutorial, but I will be using glitter from a separate product, and the glitter that I will be using is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Loose Glitter Kit. It was out for Christmas time, but I don't think they're selling it anymore. My PBA, one of my PBAs, Mia, if you're watching, she's always watching my videos. She bought this for me for Christmas, so thank you so much. I'm really excited to try it. But I will tell you that if you don't have that glitter set, then I will be showing you which glitter you could use in this palette to be able to create the look or something extremely similar. I'm going to start by priming my lids, and I'm going to be using the Tarte, I literally always want to say Shart, the Tarte Shape Tape, which I have not used in forever. I literally did this look twice today, so this is the second time. But I ran out of time because my husband and I were going to Olive Garden, and he was like, well, if you're not ready, then we're not going. So I was like, you know what? I'll just wipe off all of my makeup and go from there. So hopefully this time it works. I'm going to blend this out with a random BH brush. Okay, and then now I'm going to take another random BH Cosmetics brush, and I'm just going to set my lids using the translucent powder from Pretty Vulgar. Okay, so I'm going to be using the shade Dreamer, and I'm going to focus this on my inner corner. Now, I've had such a hard time with these wanting to blend out that I'm not even going to pat off any of the excess product. If it gets everywhere, it's okay. I have no makeup on. I look insane, but I have no makeup on, so if it gets everywhere, I'm literally just going to brush it off. And I'm just going to kind of pat this on as well as blend it. Like pat it on and then blend it out. Just because I've had the hardest time trying to keep these things on, and I want a little bit of this on my inner corner. We got the Alyssa Edwards palette in gratis. Would you guys want to see a video on that? Let your girl know. So I could always do a video on that. I like doing one palette tutorials specifically. Okay, and then I'm going to dip into the shade Into the Blue. And I'm using my ColourPop E9 brush, which is very similar to the E18. And I'm going to pack this on right at the end of that purple shade. So I'm going to pack and I'm going to blend, but this takes me a while because the shade is like, I don't think it's very pigmented. Maybe it's because I'm using concealer, but like usually I never have a problem with concealer. But you can like barely see this, so. Happy, happy, joy, joy. I'm going to try it with my finger just to see what it looks like. It's definitely a lot more pigmented when I do it with my finger. But then it just like blends to nothing. I guess it works better with my finger. Would you look at that? I'm going to use this Royal Techniques base shadow brush, and I'm going to be dipping into the shade Chill Thrill, and I'm going to be popping this on my outer corner and really just flicking it out so that way it's got a little bit of a tail, and putting it above that blue, which again you can barely even see, and I'm not tapping off any product. Have you used this palette? I'm having such a hard time, and it's calm down. Just makeup. Am I using the wrong brush? Like, what is going on here? Let me see if I use a flat brush, if that'll work. So I guess packing on the color with a flat brush will work a little bit better. So, I mean, that's a little bit better, but it still works better with my finger, so that's what I'm gonna do. And then I also want this to be on my outer corner. I should just name this video like doing my eyeshadow with my fingers. And then now I'm going to take another flat brush and I'm going to dip into the shade Sky High. And I'm going to pack this right where I didn't add any shadow, which it is barely working. So again, I'm going to go ahead and use my finger and I'm going to put this right here. Well, already this is looking better than the last two videos that I made. I really don't want to return this because I want to love it. Like, it's just a beautiful palette it's just so different than all the rest of the Morphe palettes. Like, all the Morphe palettes don't have shades like this, and I really was intrigued to buy this because for once, this is the only palette that Morphe decided not to include the same 3 rows of brown in, and like, it's really cute for Easter looks and stuff like that, but like, I can't be doing Easter looks if that's what it's gonna look like, because that's a little bit insane. I'm going to use my finger and I'm going to pop the purple on here with my finger. And go in with the blue, go on with the green-ish, and then do the same to the other side just so that way it's like pigmented. And then I'm just going to take that brush that I used for the Chill Thrill, the base shadow brush, and I'm going to knock off any excess product that's on it because I don't want to add any more product. I just want to blend the tops of this. Alright, and then now I'm going to go with that pink shade Sky High again and pat that on my lid just because I want like a base for that glitter. Alright, so now if you don't have any glitter that you want to use, or you don't have this Anastasia glitter that you want to use, you could go into these few shades in the palette that would be really, really similar. So you can go in with either these two, this greenish, this one, and then these are more glittery down here, but yesterday I did use some of those that I just showed you, and like, I was asking all my coworkers, like, hey, do you notice that I have glitter on? And they're like, no, the only thing that I notice is the glitter in your inner corner. So I'm just like, ugh, like, it's so frustrating, it really is. Okay, so here's the Anastasia glitter kit. The only thing with this is, like, all of their glitters look the exact same, besides the fact if you look really close. So there's one that's like iridescent, one that's more green, one that's more purple, pink, bluish. So I'm going to go in with the shade, I think it was Glisten. I'm going to go in with the shade Frosted, and then I'm also going to use their glitter adhesive. I loved all the stuff that Anastasia came out for holiday with because their Vault, I have that as well. So I'm going to use this random BH Cosmetics brush, and I am going to dip this into the glitter adhesive, and I'm going to paint this right on top of that. And I'm going to use that same brush and put that glitter over top. Okay, so that's it for the glitter. It's extremely messy, like very messy, and pretty hard to work with, but I mean, it shouldn't be that hard if I'm using a shadow palette. Like, if I use Anastasia shadow palette or Jeffree Star, it will probably be a lot easier to use. And the glitter's all over my lashes, so that's all I'm seeing right now. Alright, and then I'm going to go in just with a random makeup wipe. Not random, it's obviously my makeup wipe. And I'm going to clean up all of that glitter. And that greenish. And I think I'm going to go back in with my finger really quickly and put these shades back on again. This is very frustrating, so then I'm not going to go in and add more to the inner corners and the outer corner because there's still shade and shadow right there. So I'm just going to catch again whatever fell. And then for right now, I'm going to put that palette aside and we'll come back for my lower lash line. Okay, so I have the rest of my face on. For highlighter, I'm using the Kat Von D holographic palette, that triangle one, and that's what I used here and under here, but you can use, for under your brow bone, you can use this shade here. this one, which is called Euphoria. It has like a purpley shade to it. It's pretty similar to the one in the Kat Von D palette. This one is just more iridescent. And really quickly, I am also going to do something that the palette does not have, so don't hate me. This is still a one palette tutorial, even though I'm using a different eyeliner. Eyeliner doesn't really count, but you can always use Dreamer on your waterline for this portion of the video. However, I'm going to use the Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick in the shade Diamond. It is really similar to, it's like a mix between that Into the Blue shade and Dreamer. And I'm going to take it with an Alamod Cosmetics flat brush. And I'm literally going to put this on the back of my hand. I'm going to roll up my sweatshirt real quick. Oh, you guys probably didn't see my sweatshirt, but it's Jeffree Star. I don't know if I told you. I'm going to put it on the back of my hand. I'm just glad that this one doesn't smell like root beer. People love when his stuff smells like root beer, and I'm like, ugh, disgusting. So I am going to put this in my waterline, which usually causes me to cry and make a huge mess, but we're gonna try it. I'm gonna use this Morphe E18 brush, and I'm gonna go into that shade Sky High, which is that pink shade we put in the middle of our lids. Well, the pink shade that I put in the middle of my lids. And I'm gonna blend this out underneath. All the way from the outer corner to blend in with that teal, all the way to the inner corner. This stuff is just not pigmented, barely showing up here. I just don't understand. Alright, whatever. I'm going to try and use the shade Deliver Shiver. It's just a deeper purple. It's like a grayish purple almost. And I'm also going to put that underneath my on my lower lash line, just to see if it's going to actually show up. And I'm going to pat that in. I'm going to mix it with the shade Dreamer, just so it's a little bit deeper. Alright, so that looks a little bit better than the pink, because the pink just wasn't showing up. And then the last step that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to use that shade Euphoria, which is that iridescency shade. And I'm going to try and use that and pop it in my inner corner. This is a softer formula, so you can kind of press your hand in, but nothing really shows up. I'm going to swatch it on my hand. Like, that is the swatch. Can you see that? Here, I'll try it again. And I'm doing like 20 swirls. This is what my finger looks like. And then this right here is the swatch. It's like barely anything there. It's very subtle, but it's not pigmented like usually their shadows are. So I don't know what they were trying to do with this. They could have definitely made this palette a little bit more pigmented. And I would love to see them maybe even remake this more pigmented, because it's a very gorgeous concept. I just don't understand what they were trying to do here. Okay, so I'm gonna pop this in my inner corner. This isn't a palette that I would recommend if you're in a rush to kind of just go in like a plop and go shadow where you just want to put it in your crease. This is not one of those. So I think that definitely looks a little bit better. I'm loving the look right now. It's just I wish that those blue and the teal shades were more pigmented. Okay, I know this look isn't about the lipstick, but my husband said it matches and it looks good, so I would never wear this out in public unless it was to work. So if you wanted to wear a lipstick, something different than this, I would just use a clear gloss. So this is, the base of this is the Jeffree Star Liquid Lipstick in the shade Diamond, and then the Jeffree Star Liquid Lipstick in the shade Drug Lord is in the middle. I feel like a lot of people are going to think that this look together is a lot and very bold, which yes, usually if you have bold eyes you kind of want to go down on the lips a little bit, or if you have bold lips you want to do like a neutral natural eye look. But I took it there. Roll it. I don't think it looks bad at all. It definitely in the end came out a lot better than what I had expected. I'm still not 100% convinced that this is a great palette. The colors are amazing. Like the color scheme, all of that is amazing. However, the pigmentation, the buildability, the ability for the shadows to build and all of that just is not there. So, I mean, even with like the shimmers, I gotta dig in hard. and a lot in order to get it. I just bought this, and this is almost at pan, this shadow here. So it is such a beautiful palette, but I feel like it's not worth it for the price because it's very hard to work with, and nobody's going to be doing eye looks using their fingers the way that I did. I don't know. If it was you and you had this palette, would you return it or would you keep trying? This lipstick is making me feel really weird. So if it's making you feel weird, I'm sorry. I actually do really love the way that this looks. I think with just regular lashes, I wouldn't necessarily love it that much, but falsies always take it overboard. You guys saw my troubles throughout the video, and I told you the way that I felt throughout the video. Like I said, if this was you and this is your palette, would you keep it or would you return it? I still have like more than a month and a half to make my decision, so I could very well get the P. Louise makeup base and try it then, but I don't know. Like, a good shadow should work with anything besides bare skin, because that's kind of hard. But like concealer as a primer, I always use it and never have an issue, so it should work. I don't know if I will be making more videos with this palette because I'm not sure if I will be returning it or not. If I do get the P. Louise base and try it again, maybe I'll bring it back on camera and do a different look, but I don't know. I literally don't know. Like, take a shot for every time I say I don't know, because you will be literally on the ground. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.
Baby girl, you got it, girl, you got it, girl. You got it, girl, you got it, girl. I don't wanna play no games, play no games. Fuck around, get my last name. Know you tired of the same damn thing. That's okay, cause baby, you got it, girl, you got it.